I want to say a shout out to Rick Webb, who hit me up. He's like, hey, Aaron, you want to try these out? I'm telling you, they're super cool. So I'm like, sure. So he sent these to me, and I've taken them out to multiple gigs. I've taken them to weddings. I've taken them to kids shows because I wanted to see, are these going to turn into giant lightsabers at a kids show? Am I going to be chasing kids around? Give me my damn lights back. I got answers to those questions. Also, stick around to the very end because I have a very big announcement I'm going to make that you don't want to miss. These are the both lighting 360 tubes. They couldn't be any simpler than they are, right? It's a light that goes 360 around, so there's like no seam. You don't see any seam on the light at all when you turn them on. They're battery powered. You're gonna get about 10 to 15 hours of battery life out of them. As soon as you turn them on, you're gonna get a nice screen that shows you the menu. You can really customize them. You can do all that DMX shit that you guys know how to do and love. One thing I really like about this set is, again, one of the things I was worried about is this going to be this big, bulky piece of equipment that's not going to fit in the back of my SUV? And the answer to that question is no. It's not very big and bulky. It comes in this nice black bag. If you end up getting the same pack I do, which is the white set, which looks great with my current DJ setup, in the bag, you could fit 4 of them in there and the stands, and each light comes with one of these covers that you put over the light just to keep it a little extra layer of protection once you get them in the bag. Oh my goddamn fan. Hi, it's me again. Here's the light, and here's the tripod stand it comes with. I love this too. Real nice and easy. Just screws in to the bottom of it. You know, it folds up real nice, fits in these side pockets that it has in the bag. I'm gonna take you into the other room for a demo where we're gonna cycle through a lot of the different colors. I'll show you auto mode, show you sound mode. First, I wanna show you how to set up the master slave mode, which is what I'm gonna be using, because like I said, if you're like me and you wanna keep this as simple as possible, there is a very simple way to run these lights where you just turn them on and use a remote and they'll work. Turn it on, push and hold, you get a welcome screen. Okay, so first thing you'll notice when it fires up is it'll give you your battery life. I love that it gives you a little percentage here. Right now, I'm at about 55%. Let's toggle through some of the menu items. Now, one thing, when you get it, and I didn't notice at first, you're going to want to, you naturally want to push hard on the buttons. Don't do that. Basically, look at this as like a tap. So when you're on your menu, just kind of tap things. If you push it hard, it doesn't respond to that. In order to get this to work, you got to do a couple of things. You got to have one that you set to the master, and I'll show you how to do that. So right now it's set to slave, but if I just tap up on that, it'll go to master. See how it's blinking red? If I go down, it'll go back to slave. And now we're set to slave. So if this one's set to slave, we're not done yet. Then go through the menu. This is where you choose your wireless DMX channel ID. And right now I have them all on 4. And each one of them has a different color for each channel. So whatever ones you do, the master and all the slaves need to be set to the same ID number. IR, this is another thing. If you're deciding to do master slave and you want to use the remote, this right here is the remote that comes with it. Your slaves, you got to turn the IR off. Otherwise, when you're hitting the button onto the master, the slaves will pick up on it and it'll goof the whole thing up. So turn your IR off on the slaves. Once we have it all set, this one is set. So now this is a slave, it's good to go. Let me get the master. This is the one I have set as the master, and you can tell because it's blinking red. As soon as I turn this one on, the light turned white on this one, and then the white turned light on this one as well. And now my slave is blinking green. If I take the remote control and I just aim it at the master, or they both turn red, blue, amber, and different colors. There's red. I'll show you the colors also in a little bit, but that's exactly what you got to do in order to get it into master slave. Let's go in the other room and demo the lights. I'm in a room here, and I'm going to give you guys a little demo of all the different lights that we can do, and I'm basically going to be running everything off the remote right here. Hi, Jerry. So my dog will be in here too as we do this. On the red, then if we toggle over, next one we've got green. And again, as these show up on your camera, it's going to look different. This is a nice bright green here. As you can see too, because they're 360, the light is showing up against the wall as well. It's pretty cool. Let's go to blue. And there's white. And we've got our first amber. There's 2 ambers. Oh, don't be a dick. And he's gone. Okay, first amber. This one's a lighter amber, a little bit warmer, a little lighter. The UV button doesn't do anything. Neither does the 0. So then we go to 1. And when I hit 1, that's where we got a darker amber. This is more like a candlelight amber, right? You guys love your amber. Here's a blue, it's more of a teal. Then we've got a purplish pink. 4 is another white. Okay, so let me go back to that white. So here's that white. It looks pink in the camera. It's not pink. There is no pink at all. So it is, I would say maybe it's like a pinkish, maybe that's the hue that's coming off. But if I go to the other white, so you can compare it, there's the other white. All right, so I guess there's your blue white, right? And then here's sort of your warm white. Then we've got a nice teal green and a pinkish purple. And here's the difference between those pink and purples. Not much. More pink on that one, more purple on that one. Then we've got a yellow. Another bluish one. Where's that other blue? There's that blue. So the 2 blues here. A light, oh man, that's like Superman blue. I like that shit. And then here's the other blue. A little lighter, more tealish. And then the last one is, I'd say more of a pink. So there we got like our hot pink. Other options on the remote. Let's go to auto. So when we hit auto, you just push that and it goes. It'll just cycle through a couple of different things. We're in strobe lighting right now, or as I like to call it, seizure light. Let's go to a nice fade. And there we go. We got a nice little fade going on where it'll fade through the colors here as we went through red. Now we're on the green. So you can control how fast that goes on the remote too with these up and down buttons over here. And now it's a nice little fade you can have going on during a slow dance. I just put it on sound mode and you saw it changing with my voice. Now, it's not doing anything with the slaves. They have no effect on sound mode. It's only the master is the sound mode. This the one. This is the one. So if whatever you have your master, have that one closest to your speaker, because all the sound is just going through this one, and it's deciding what the other guys are doing. Sound mode! I'm going to take you now to a couple of gigs I did with them where I walk around. I'm going to show you what they look like on the dance floor, show you some footage of dancing. I'm using the 360 tubes here from Both Lighting. These things look sick. Alright, so I got 4 of those out tonight. I'll give you a little shot of what those look like. First gig out right now, actually second gig with the new Both 360 tubes. As you can see, you can walk all the way around, you got light all the way around. I got 4 of them set up, got the white version. They're on the tripods. I got them in master slave mode for this, it's like doing a Girl Scout Halloween party tonight for my town. So got 4 of them up, running everything with the remote. So if I want to change the color, I've got my master right here. I can just change the color that way. You can't see blue. There's some blue. And they're all changing as we go. The coveted amber. There it is. Amber lights. Alright. So I'm going to mess around with them tonight. Got auto mode. Got some sound activated mode. And yeah, I'm going to have some fun. So far, they look pretty cool. The one thing that my wife was worried about is like, the kids are going to be all over these things. And I will tell you that they were excited. They did like them. They liked looking at them. They're staring at them almost like bugs going to the zapper. But they didn't touch them. They weren't all over. I didn't have to say anything. They were actually pretty cool. So for those of you worried, like, are kids going to be an issue? I could tell you no. Didn't have an issue with them. What about drunk people? Yeah, of course. They're a problem every time we're working with any sort of gear. So the way I had them set up at my wedding, I tried to space them out enough where if people were coming up to request, they weren't going to bump into them. I didn't have the staring problem that I did at the kids' parties, but they did pass the, destructive test, whether or not are people going to be all over them, they're going to bug them, they're going to be in them, taking them with, they're going to steal them, walk away. Didn't have any of those problems. Wanted to answer one of the questions that came in through Instagram as well. Someone was asking, how do these compare to like a Wash Effects light? I would say like I have a Dots T-Par, and they're not as bright as that system is, but I think it looks better because, the Dots T-Par and those Wash Effects have to sit on a tripod and like a T-stand. And as a wedding DJ, I think that these lights look look cooler, more elegant than having like a black stand with a T-bar. And now that announcement I was talking to you about, I did speak with Rick, and after this video drops, we are going to be doing a live stream. I'm going to bring him on. We'll answer a lot of your Q&As. He'll talk. He'll have more answers than I do. And we can answer some of your questions, talk to you more, because I did get a lot of interaction on Instagram and YouTube, some questions that a lot of you had that I wasn't able to answer just because I don't know. I don't know. So we're going to bring the expert on, and we'll do a live stream. So jump on, be on that, hit us up with some questions. If you're interested in these, there is a link in the description, so go ahead and click on that. It'll take you over to Both Lighting USA, where you can check them out, get a couple of these. I'm telling you, these are going to be my new lights. I'm very excited about them. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you at the next one and at the live stream.